Hey guys, we're back with another book today.
We are. And here's what I need to say real quick. And hold me to it, Helena. And hold me to it, universe, and anyone who's watching this. We're going back to the other book we were reading. But this one just came into my consciousness yesterday. And I ordered it overnight. And here it is. And we're going to do it. And we'll get back to the other book, the Unicorn Whisperer ASAP. But let's just do this for now. And bear with us because we are still in recovery mode from our, excuse my thumb injury too, from our trip. And speaking of trips, this book, 10 Beautiful Things, evidently alludes to a trip, doesn't it? Based on the illustration. Okay, sweetheart. Right now, we're talking about the book. But she is beautiful. Okay. Lily ran her finger across the Iowa map. An X marked Graham's house on an empty patch of land, Lily's new home. Graham's car tires hummed against the pavement. Lily felt the vibration in her hollow chest. Let's try to find 10 beautiful things along the way, Graham said. Lily turned her eyes to the window. There's nothing beautiful here, she said. She shrugged and struggled to fold the map so it nestled itself into itself just right. You'll be surprised, Graham said. And sure enough, at that very moment, the sun broke over the long horizon.
That's one.
Lily gasped. There's number one, she cried. Right you are, Lily, said Graham. Fence posts rushed past. Graham flipped on the radio, trying to fill the silence. Lily felt the complaints starting in her belly again, coming up her throat and nearly out of her mouth. But then Graham shouted, Number two!
Number two.
A wind farm had sprouted in the field beside the freeway. Spinning windmill blades gleamed in the morning sun. Do you know what those are?
They make energy.
You're totally right, Helena. Wind can create energy. And they're really...
Dad, we were talking about energy at school, and we saw a picture of that.
Oh, cool. They're beautiful in person. They're huge. Lily concentrated on the game and found number 3 real fast, a red-winged blackbird perched on a swaying stalk of last year's corn. It was dark and bright all at once. It speak wide open in a song they couldn't hear. I love that line, it was dark and bright all at once. That's important to me. Later, Graham signaled and turned the car onto a smaller road. 2 more highways to go, she said. Lily popped a handful of crackers into her mouth, but food didn't fill up her hollow places. Graham cracked her window, and in a rush, air and sound and cold came in. Then they crossed a bridge, and Graham chose number 4, the gurgly sound of a melting creek. You see the creek? Going all the way over. And it said melting because there's snow melting in it. Yeah, but it goes all the way across the page. Lily dozed off. She woke up when Graham tapped her knee and pointed out a falling apart barn. That's not pretty, Lily said. That can't count. We're not looking for pretty. We want beautiful, Graham said. So it stood, halfway to 10.
That's not beautiful.
It is to me. I love old buildings and things that are falling apart that are old. I think like they still have this beautiful charm to them. Like Well, wait until you hear this one. At a rest area, Lily bounced out of the car. While Graham stretched her creaky body, Lily picked number 6. The smell of mud, she said, inhaling. Graham shut her eyes and nodded slowly. It's earthy and rich, she said. I'd never really noticed. Lily breathed in the mud smell and focused on just that. It poured itself into some of the empty spaces in her.
Where are her parents?
Back on the road again, the cars seemed smaller. The humming in Lily had stopped, but her legs wanted to sprawl, and her stomach was getting queasy. "We're on a roll now," Graham said, and she was right about that. 7 and 8 were easy. A cloud shaped like a swan,
Wow.
and a little calf that trotted beside the fence.
Oh, that's lucky. You have to be really lucky to see that.
Totally. But they were.
Because there's a little bit of yellow on the front, so it is the beak.
Yeah, it's probably from the sun. Miles and miles later, they turned onto their last road, and the clouds began to draw close. The sky grew dark, the earth rumbled, and suddenly the air exploded in bright flashes. Cloud banks traded lightning back and forth, showing off. "Number 9, Lily whispered. There was no room for other words. And I agree with Lily. I think thunderstorms are insanely beautiful.
Well, they're scary for the dogs, but they're cool.
Yeah, exactly. The storm took up the whole world, and it filled Lily up too. She was here with Graham, and for a whole minute, that was all that mattered. On they drove, almost there, not far now.
It's going to be the 10th storm.
When they'd been almost there for a long time, Graham braked, eased the car down a crumbling driveway, and parked in front of a farmhouse. "Here we be," she said, through the drum of the rain. "Home." "But we only made it to 9, Lily said, slumping in her seat. "Nope, 10. Easy." Graham came around with the umbrella, and Lily stepped out of the car. "We're 10, Graham said. Lily sank into her familiar hug. None of this was easy. Maybe it would never be easy, but she belonged with Graham now. She belonged here now.
But where are her parents?
I don't know. This place wasn't empty, and neither was she. The end. We hope you enjoyed this book about perspectives and change. I thought it was a really good book to, like I said, get and read to Helena. I mentioned that on my Instagram. 10 Beautiful Things by Molly Beth Griffin and illustrated by Maribel, Lechuga. I hope I didn't butcher that. I hope you enjoyed and have a great night. Bye-bye.
Okay.